Good evening, Vikings, and welcome to tonight's contest between your Niles North Vikings and the Niles West Wolves. And tonight's Cancer Classic, the Childhood Cancer Classic. We are here to support the awareness of childhood cancer and, of course, the Hells Angels organization. We will have some more details from our house announcer here in a bit. Stay tuned. Welcome to tonight's exciting matchup between your Vikings and the Niles West Wolves. Tonight is dedicated in honor of those who have been affected by childhood diseases, those who have fought bravely, those who have lost, and those who have triumphed against the odds. This game, special significance for Coach Andrew, who has experienced his journey as a parent with her oldest son, Taylor, who is a survivor. Tonight, we remember the courageous kids from District 219 who lost their battles. Christian Ariana, a swimmer from Niles North. Hannah Jetchik, a volleyball player from Niles North. Griffin Max, who is a multi-sport athlete at Niles North. We also celebrate the inspiring survivors who have graduated from District 219. Caleb Leopoldi, a Niles North alum. Who played soccer for Niles North. Natalia Pehar, who played volleyball for Niles West. And with us tonight, we come together to celebrate Niles West sophomore, JV volleyball player, Maddie Pehar. She was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia at the age of 4. After extensive treatment, she has been in remission for 10 years and finished. It still affects me today, but it doesn't define me. You will notice the yellow shoelaces worn by the Niles West players in honor of Maddie. As a community and as a district, this is our chance to continue to raise awareness, offer support, and bring hope to those who need it most. On each of the main gym doors outside there are flyers that say, Hells Angels. Attached to the QR code on which you can donate, continue to fight. Every child deserves a chance to grow up healthy and pursue their dreams. We as a district can serve as a powerful platform to inspire, make a change, make a lasting impact in the fight against childhood cancer. Let us remember that as we play for those who cannot be here with us today. For the brave warriors in the hospital rooms, for the families holding on to hope, and for a future where childhood cancer is a distant memory. Let's play this game with purpose, passion, and a whole lot of heart. Together we can make a difference. Let's do it for the kids. We have District 219. Number 10, Andrea Ortega. Number 12, Maya Chioka. Number 16, Cassie Belly. Number 18, Sarah Pekovich. And for the women's third, number 2, Sydney Morello. Number 6, Thea Tanaka. Number 15, Daria Zindelkovich. Number 11, Vic Woodman. Number 15, Claire Stewart. Number 17, Ayla Pargavina. And the libero for the Wolves, number 21, Maya Claire. The Wolves are coached by Stacey Roth and Marco Kojic.
It is now time to meet your Niles North Vikings. Number 0, Anaya de los Santos. Number 3, Sophie Putz. Number 7, Dea Vichiva. Number 10, Lauren Navarrete. Number 11, Al Busquet. Number 12, Aaliyah Struthers. And now your starters. Number 1, Savannah Thomas. Number 2, Kristen Tang. Number 5, Jaya Turner. Number 8, Maya Schlanda. Number 17, Mariah Eady. And number 21, Sofia Campos. Libero will be number 15, Maya Kang. Vikings are, of course, coached by Terry Van Joot and assisted by Zachary Sin, Andre Shaw, and Alan Tom. And we have a student official here tonight, Anthony Alvario. At this point, we will have the playing of our national anthem. The singing of our national anthem by a JV volleyball player. Let's hear it. And what a beautiful rendition there by the Viking. I suppose it's game time here. We should introduce ourselves though, right? So I'm Anthony Bramley.
I'm Jacob Alogin.
And we are so excited to be here at this Crosstown Classic in support of childhood cancer awareness. Teams are meeting now. And obviously this gym is very hyped. We have our drum line in here. It's kind of hard to hear myself, Jacob.
I can't hear anything.
And so you can just tell that is electric here at Niles North High School. Shout out to our drum line led by the wonderful Mike Mailman, also director of bands here at Niles North. But we've got the energy here tonight. Also in the house, our superintendent, Tom Moore. He's been doing a great job over the past couple of years, coming from Hartford, Connecticut, or the Hartford area rather, and now making the transition to Skokie, Illinois, and Niles Township, and our diverse community, our beautiful community, and our well-resourced community. He's been doing a great job in Skokie, Morton Grove, Niles, and Lincolnwood. So we appreciate Tom Moore for stopping by tonight. And I gotta say, this drum line is gonna be one heck of a distraction here if you're serving, Jacob.
This is one big game if we have a drum line here.
Yeah, Russ might have to tell him to turn down the volume as we get ready for the serve of the night. Number 2, Kristen Tang for the Vikings. And it's a great one, gets set to the outside, and no patience by the Wolf. First point goes to your Niles North Vikings. Now the Wolves have some dangerous hitters. We got lucky on that one that she just couldn't wait for the set. And I'll send Kristen Tang back to serve. Goes into the net, evening out the score, 1-1. The Wolves' number 6 will be up to serve. It's a big one, picked up by Kang. Will be set to the middle. Sophia Campos deflected off the block, and now we get an outside attack down the line for a Wolf point. The number 6 will be back to serve for Niles West. Got a lot of air on it, but Mariah Eady just not ready. She does redeem her team, but unfortunately that response comes as a double point Wolves. Also wasn't square to the court, would have been out of bounds anyway. But Jacob, how are you feeling about the Vikings coming out the gate?
I'm feeling pretty confident. We can take this back. 1 point is 1 point, but once we can take any comeback, it's any man's game.
Certainly, great eyes there by the Vikings defense, letting that fall out as Mariah Eady will be sent to the line to serve. And just barely through the hands will be point Vikings. Again, though, the Vikings are being bailed out by the Wolves' mistakes here. That one looked like it was going to go out if she hadn't put her arms there, so Vikings might have to tighten up. Here's the Eady again, the number 19. Flat and picked up. Now an outside attack for number 17. Denied by number 21, Sophia Campos. And it does seem like it fell on the Viking side of the net. Will be Wolves' point. And number 13 serves, picked up by Eady. Collision, and the free ball by Campos. Again, not square, but it gets over. There's the middle tip, and the middle response by Campos. Gets set back over, and the Vikings are not prepared. Wolves with 5. The number 13 back to serve. Very low on the net, but it gets picked up by Eady. Now the outside attack from Thomas comes with a little bit too much juice. She'll send it straight down on her own side for the Wolf point. Subs in now will be Lauren Navarrete, the number 10 for the Vikings. Coming out will be Eady. Number 13 still up to serve. Gets picked up by Navarrete. We have an overpass. And it's number 5, Jaya Turner, with the response on right side. Great cross ball. Very shallow as well, Jacob.
Yes, it was.
Here's Amaya Kang for the Viking serve. And a scramble before it results in a Viking point. And there's that drum line. Big booms coming up here from the east balcony.
The energy's really up in this gym tonight.
Certainly, you love to see all the turnout. Got tons of people in the stands as Amaya sends it out of bounds. Wolves now with 7. Their number 11 will be up to serve. And it'll be picked up by Thomas, the outside. Set to Maya Shlanda, and the over-rotation sends it out of bounds. Another Wolf point. Serve is picked up by Navarrete. Could be looking at a tip. They say there's contact on the net. So the play continues. Kang does not commit. She puts one arm out, and that's going to end up as a Wolf point, Jacob.
As the great Gordon Redzic of Maine South would say, the greatest wins start with one pass.
Yeah, certainly you can't get anything done if you can't, even get the ball up. And again, an awkward mistake there by Kang will result in a timeout from Coach Vandershoot. You can see our student line judge, Anthony Alvario, down there getting some tips from the pros. I was also down there for the JV game. So just a great experience. It makes me understand what the IHSA refs go through. Speaking of which, there is a shortage of officials. So if you are interested, you want to stay active, want to stay involved in your community, and want to make a little bit of money too, we do suggest you check out ihsa.org for more information. That's ihsa.org. Teams returning. And it'll be number 11 still up to serve. Picked up by Navarrete. Bump set to the right side. There's Turner. Not enough power on it. The Wolves hit double digits early in the match. And this Wolves arm might start to get tired, but she puts some air on it. Picked up by Navarrete. Goes to the outside, Thomas. And down on the line. And they are going to say it's out of bounds. It looked pretty in to me, Jacob. What do you think?
Honestly, it's the line ref's call, and Anthony called it in.
Yeah. You can get overturned, as I learned once last game. Great hit on the right side by the Vikings. And the free ball over by the Wolves. They're going to set up the slide by Shlanda at middle. Wolves will respond. There's enough power on the hit to deflect off the block out of bounds. Wolves with 12. Serves up, picked up by Thomas. And she'll get to hit from the outside. Great cross. Just glides along the platform of the number 11 on Niles West. Finally, the Vikings with an opportunity to serve. Coming out is Campos and Turner. Now in number 0, Anaya de los Santos. Goes pretty long, and it'll be sent to the right side. Navarrete giving up on the play, fall at her feet. Oh, Jacob, it looked like Amaya might have been coming in, stopped herself, and Navarrete wasn't ready. What do you think?
Honestly, I think every team has power. They have strengths, they have smarts. The only way to win is by harnessing it and using it properly.
Certainly. Maya King picks it up. And now the right side attack from Thomas. Lib slips up, and now 7 points for the Vikings. Thomas will earn her serve as number 19, Mariah Eady, comes back in for the Vikings. Here's the serve into the front row, and the Wolves can't get it up. 8 for the Vikings. Savannah Thomas, the number 1 from Niles North, will be back to serve. And sails out of bounds. The Wolves get another. Their number 7 will be up to serve. Picked up by Thomas, and it'll be set to Shalanda. The great tip over. The outside response from the Wolves comes and is denied by Tang. Good set to jumble the Vikings. An even better one by the Vikings for the point. I mean, what a high IQ response. You see them take it. You know, give them a taste of their own medicine, Jacob.
Honestly, we play way better when we take the pressure and turn it into motivation.
Certainly. There's Shalanda, very low on the net. Gets set to the outside, goes straight out of bounds. The Vikings will hit 10. Now only down 4. The number 9, Shalanda, back to serve. It's a go one, and that is in. Point Vikings. And the timeout is called by the Wolves. Obviously intimidated by the response from the Vikings. What do you think is going on right now in both huddles, Jacob?
I think the coach for the Vikings is just telling them stay calm, take deep breaths, keep playing smart, and the Wolves coach is probably telling them the same thing.
Certainly. And we would like to give a shout out to a well-known Viking fan, Carol Herlocker, longtime teacher here at Niles North, now still coaching in the building, staying involved in the community. She wanted to be here tonight, but she was catching us on Niles North Viking Media. So if you want to be like Carol Herlocker, watch from anywhere. I believe she's in Florida. Subscribe and hit the bell for notifications on Viking Media. Again, shout out Carol Herlocker. Vikings come out of the huddle. And it'll be Shalanda continuing her service streak. Here it comes. And going long yet again. Vikings not able to put any spin on the ball to try to carry it into the ground. And it will be the Wolves' point. Their libero, the number 21, will be up to serve. It's a quick one. Miscommunication between Edie and Thomas. And the Vikings give it up with a free ball. Now a strong attack gets through. And it's a Wolf point. The Lib will serve again. That one goes out of bounds, and great decision making by the Vikings to not go crazy for it. To serve now, number 2, Kristen Tang. Full rotation now for the Vikings. And just not up enough on that serve. The Wolves give it up for the ace, and Kristen Tang is back to serve. That one goes long again, just barely picked up by the Wolves. And a great, just quick hit over. Even better, strong hit over by Campos. It's the right side attack into the tape, and it's called 4 touches, giving the Vikings the point. And Jacob, you were right, they're locking in. They're getting used to this Wolves team, and they're starting to come out strong.
Mental resets is the key to wins.
Certainly. There's the serve, gets picked up and sent again to the right side. And she whiffed it, but it gets over, tricks the Vikings. I mean, that was an impressive hit, and it's indicative of the power. I think she only got with maybe a quarter of her hand. Obviously not the effective serve, or hit rather, that she wanted, but it worked.
Smarter plays tend to work better than harder plays.
Certainly. There's the outside attack from Jaya Turner. Gets through the block, and it's Viking point. Serving now will be number 19, Mariah Eady. And much too low. It's 18 for the Wolves. Subs in, the number 7 coming out, or in rather, for number 2. And serving now will be the Wolves, number 13. Kang will pick it up and goes to Jaya Turner. Straight down, and it's Viking point. And I'm not sure if you could see, but running across there was Waylon Isotola on our football team. He commentated the first football game for us here at Niles North Viking Media. And they have another game against Niles West this Friday at 7 p.m. You won't want to miss it. Oh my goodness, the outside attack sends a shockwave through the gym, and the Wolves earn that point. Now just 6 away from closing out the set will be the number 11 back to serve. And Jacob, we saw from the warm-up that they are strong hitters.
Yes, they are, and they play smart just as well. That mix between smart and strong is deadly.
Certainly. Maya Shalanda gets the point for the Vikings after her hit comes off the block, and irredeemable for Niles West. Serving now, number 0, Anaya de los Santos from the Vikings. It's a good one. A little bit of speed taken off of it by the bump set. And Kang with a great pickup. There's the miscommunication between Thomas and Navarrete. And we've seen this a couple times from the Viking team throughout the season, Jacob.
Yes, we have, and it's not a good mistake to make.
Certainly. Coming in at the worst moments, too. You know, you're only down, well, they were only down 2. Now makes it 3 with the pressure looming over them of the set ending premature. And Lauren Navarrete usually doing a little bit better and a better mindset on the court. Today, just off day. Here's Thomas approaching from the right side, gets deflected and picked up. Setter dump, barely gets over. And now the Wolves commit a double touch. It'll be Viking point. That was scary, though. That outside was going to get up.
That was really risky. Even though it may seem like 1 point or 1 mistake, all the points add up to the match.
Exactly. The Vikings have been capitalizing on these Niles West mistakes. Here's the right side attack, picked up by Thomas off her body. On the right side, response from Tang. They say there's a touch. And Edie with the proper swing through. Now the outside, picked up by Kang. And out of system, it's Tang on the right side. Hit bounces off the tape and goes out of bounds. Vikings winning the long rally. Anthony Alvario didn't think so. He thought there was a touch, but the head ref, or head official rather, will make the final call. Shout out Ray, I believe his name is. He was helping, coaching me through when I was down there as a line judge as well. Great guy, and great calls by this officiating team tonight. Shalanda with the tip over. As the Vikings get the ball back. Kristen Tang. The adjust was attempted, but it adjust wasn't enough. See the Wolves with the ball now. And Tang has had a couple moments like that throughout the season. She'll fall back, just can't be effective on the net. Very unfortunate, Jacob, but what can she do to fix it?
Just take a deep breath. 1 point is 1 point, but you can always come back in the next. You play until the match point whistle.
Certainly. A bit of a lame hit attempt over by the Wolves will become Viking point. Here's the number 9, Maya Shalanda, coming up to serve for the Vikings. Goes long, but barely picked up by the lib. Probably would have gone out. Tipped over, and Campos is there. Anaya de los Santos tries to save. Doesn't work out, though, and it'll be the Wolves with the point. Very unfortunate, Jacob.
Although it is unfortunate, I can't help but notice all the players on the Vikings tend to put pressure on the other team with their serves.
Yeah, definitely. And they're also all engaged on the court. That's what, lets Anaya even be able to put a hand on the ball anyway. Ball will deflect off of the Campos block out of bounds. That solved, the two blockers just get a little bit tighter and closer together. And it'll be a VJ timeout for the Vikings. Lots to talk about as the Vikings are down three rather. 5 away from taking the set, and it'll be definitely challenging. And we have some other Viking royalty in the house tonight. See Conrad Kishkevich over here, who's been working with our programs for a long time. He worked with our JV team over the summer. Now the JV coach at Highland Park High School. So now a bit of a rivalry, but he is coming out, perhaps scoping, scouting out. They'll be coming up in conference play soon, the Highland Park Giants. But right now, let's get back to the Wolves. Their libero, the number 21, will be up to serve with 2 points to go.
We definitely have the skill, but the pressure of this being the crosstown rivalry and the first set jitters is definitely affecting us.
Certainly. It doesn't matter on that point, though, as the Vikings make it just a 2-point game. Coming in now, number 5, Jaya Turner, and serving will be Kristen Tang. She's struggling to hear her coaches, VJ and Sin. Again, speaking to the energy here tonight. Right side attack from the ground is picked up awkwardly by Thomas and dumped on the net by the 13 from the Wolves. Now set point, Jacob.
That was an unfortunate play, and it's at a crucial moment, but we can always come back in the second set or even right now.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about second set yet. We're still in the first, as you said, not over until that whistle. So, hey, here's the serve picked up by Edie. He bumps that to Jaya Turner on the outside, quite far away, and saved by the Wolves. Campos trying to push it out, and it's not enough. What will be enough for the point will be the Wolves tripping over each other. Again, that communication is crucial. You've seen it affect the Vikings. We're now seeing it take a toll on the efficacy of this Wolves offense. Edie with a bunch of pressure on as he tries to save the set. They'll go to the right side. Number 13 slamming down. Edie, great patience in the back row to pick it up as Thomas will go for it. 23 for the Vikings, and this is getting close. Wolves might be calling the timeout here. She's edging closer to the down row. Contemplating, and will call it. Now neither team has any timeouts. Jacob, what are your thoughts?
Honestly, this game is wild. The crowd is just alive tonight.
Yeah, certainly. It's a great environment to be here at Niles North High School. And we do have to acknowledge the decoy hit by Sofia Campos. It's not something very common on high school girls teams, but Campos is trying to run it. And obviously worked on that play. The blockers not prepared for E to be there. Or I'm sorry. Do you remember who was on outside? Again, this environment kind of throwing me off.
I think Savannah Thomas, I believe.
Yeah, it might be Thomas on the outside, helping her out, trying to distract the blocker.
Crazy line shot, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. Wolves will reapproach the court. The Vikings talking through with their final 15 seconds. Be Mariah Edie back to serve. She's sent up pretty far away from the line. Gives her a lot of space to work with. Do something special. Down 1 and in jeopardy of losing the set. Goes long but picked up by the lip. Went over and Thomas sends it back over. Hit on the ground by the Wolves. Here's the right side response. It'll be far tipped by Turner. Right side goes out of bounds, and we are tied at 24, folks. Vikings have evened the score and look to take advantage with 2 points for this set. Getting ready.
The pressure's definitely on both sides right now.
Certainly, especially Edie on the serve, goes low. And it's the Wolves now in set point. And we saw that exact serve from Edie a little bit too low. As part of her form, she likes to kind of lean into the serve. You'll see it at practice and games. You know, she's far away from the ball, leans into it, and can't always get good contact. That's the result as the Wolves go to serve. Picked up by Kang and Tang and Turner. Oh my goodness. Vikings will slow it down with the free ball by Kang as the Wolves send it. Gets taken up by Navarrete and another free ball. Vikings playing it safe, down in the advantage. And big hit on the outside, number 7 from the Wolves, secures set number 1. And the Wolves supporters getting hype. We will have more volleyball for you in the coming minutes. Stay tuned. And we are back. These teams are ready to get back at it in the Crosstown Classic. Jacob, can you give us a recap on the drama of last set?
At first, the Vikings are starting slow. At first, the Vikings are starting slow, but the pressure, they eventually overcame the pressure, and now it's any person's game.
Yeah, certainly. Be a big set, big test here for the Vikings. It is important to note that they might be motivated by the loss that they're coming off of yesterday at the hands of Vernon Hills in Vernon Hills. There's the set, and already a miscommunication by the Vikings. Wolves will open the set with 1.
We can win this with just one deep breath every single point.
Jacob, you're really in tune with the sort of mental dynamics of a volleyball game.
Yes, after playing club with some great coaches, you start to learn things from them. Oh, okay.
And another miscommunication and collision by the Vikings sends that ball into the stands. Looked like a couple of them were disappointed they couldn't take it home as a souvenir. As the lib for the Wolves, number 21 goes up to serve. Picked up by Kang, a little bit overpassed. And Tang can't clean it up. It'll be a double called on number 2, Kristen Tang. Point Wolves.
I just like to acknowledge I'd love to acknowledge the great control by the libero on the Viking side. It's really been helping the team out. Point Wolves. West up to serve again.
And make that 5 for the Wolves, Jacob. Timeout called by head coach Terry Vandershoot. Pretty understandably so. This entire set, all points by the Wolves haven't really even been earned. It's just been off of errors by the Vikings. Last set, the Vikings were taking advantage of the issues with the Wolves offense, but now Vikings defense not locked in, and they're down 5.
I think right now the Vikings are letting their mistakes get to them.
Certainly, obviously, tough environment and tough game to be playing in against the Wolves. They're pretty daunting, but I think they're keeping up pretty all right, all things considered. VJ is still in the huddle with her team, as is assistant coach Zachary Sen. They'll come out with 10 seconds remaining in that timeout, ready to come back up. To serve will be the number 21 libero from the Wolves.
Hopefully VJ's wise words can fire these Vikings up again.
Definitely. Here's the serve. Gets picked up by Kang again. And an awkward cross shot that does create some tension for the Wolves.
I'd like to acknowledge that amazing read by the West libero.
And we're going to say 4 touches for the Vikings. Yeah, you're right. This Wolves defense is looking fantastic. Vikings struggling a little bit. Here's the serve by that lip. And Jaya Turner, again, struggling. A very daunting opponent, but not necessarily an excuse for a receive like that. Gets picked up by Thomas again, looking a little fretful. There's Edie, great control on the right side. And the Wolves pull a Viking will be Niles North Point. Edie earns her serve, the number 19 from the Vikings. You saw again, she kind of leans into it. They'll send it long and low. And the Wolves can't get it back over. Viking point, now down 5. Edie back to serve. Again, very low, picked up by number 2 and set to the outside. Great attack, great power, deflects off the block by Turner.
As you said about the lean in with the serve, although it's a risky move, you can see the power and the control and overall the strategy put into that serve.
Certainly. A little strategy on that serve by the Wolves. And we are correcting the scoreboard here. There'll be 3 serving 8. Number 9, Maya Schlanda, ready to go. A long one picked up by the lib, and now right side attack gets through and off the block, goes out of bounds. Wolves now up 6. And that's always a hard call to make, Jacob.
Yes. Off the block, it's a very hard ball. You can't really control what happens off the block.
Certainly. That call, too, kind of challenging, especially the Wolves follow through on it. Picked up by Thomas, and Campos tries to bring it down. Kang, great coverage, and she'll give the Vikings another chance on the point. Outside attack from the Wolves. for low, and it's a point for your Niles North Vikings. Coming in now will be number 0, Anaya de los Santos, out Jaya Turner. That'll be de los Santos coming up to serve.
The libero's control on the Vikings is honestly keeping the offense and defense together right now.
Yeah, certainly, as de los Santos goes for it. Long, you see that lib jumping for the ball. Bit of an awkward pick-up, but it works out for them. Vikings now with a chance to respond. Campos! Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if you could perceive it at home, but that ball had wiggle on it. Very hard to pick up if you're a Wolf. Come straight down. Point Niles North.
Not only that, but reading the block and still managing to hit around it was amazing.
Definitely. You know, at first I thought it was an over-rotation, but then we look at the result. That was calculated. De Los Santos will hit out of bounds. Very inopportune, but the Wolves will take over.
Although we're a little scrappy, I think the Vikings are starting to regain their flame.
Yeah, definitely. They're looking a little bit better after that series, and I think we jinxed it there, Jacob. The Wolves with an easy ace on Navarrete. Coming in now, new to the game, number 7, Dea Vichiva. Out will be Lauren Navarrete. Dea's been putting in the reps at practice. We're going to see how it plays out here tonight on the court. Number 11 up to serve, picked up by Kang. Bumps that by De Los Santos. And a free ball by Savannah Thomas on the transition. Kang will pick it up yet again from the outside. And Thomas will hit again. Goes long, and it's a point for the Wolves. Number 11 will be up to serve. Great job by Thomas being aware. And Campos might have caught the block. They say she doesn't, and it's a point for the Wolves. Getting a little bit of deja vu here. I think we had this exact score last set, Jacob.
Yes, we did.
And it's the number 11 up to serve. Low into the net and point Vikings.
Although it's the same score, maybe we can tie it up a second time.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see where this momentum by the Vikings takes them. Dea Vichiva coming out, serving her role as an intimidator, as number 1, Savannah Thomas will come in to serve. Picked up in the back row, and it'll go outside for the Wolves. Goes out of bounds. Did you see that call, Jacob?
Me personally, I think it was out, but I do not have the best call from this angle.
Yeah, it'll be overruled, and the Vikings will have a chance. Now 7-13. Thomas coming awfully close to that serving line as the right side gives it some big arm. Thomas can't get under it, and it'll glide off. Wolves doubling the score of the Vikings, 14-7. Subs in now for the Wolves.
I think what's most important about risky calls like that is following the ball, play it until the line, and when in doubt, play it out.
Certainly, and I'd like to mention that should not be an issue, this officiation. As a player, it's your responsibility to, give yourself enough of an edge where, you don't pay any attention to the refs. Campos trying to do that, bringing it down twice in a row. She assists Tang with the block, too, and now it'll go to the outside, Edie. Tipped awkwardly and picked up on the line. Right side, too much strength, and the Vikings will get a point off it. Vikings, Amaya King will serve.
There's certainly been a rise in energy on the Viking side.
Yeah, definitely. You love to hear it. And a great serve. Quite textbook by Kang, and it works out for her. Be the Vikings point. She'll go back to serve. 9-14 is your score in the second set. And maybe some beef between Kristen Tang and Amaya Kang after that one, but it will be Wolf point.
We just got to make our serves. Serves make a huge part of the win.
Yeah, and VJ hammers it in. Especially after games she make sure to mention how the serving goes and how it affects the game. Coming off the tape, barely avoiding that antenna by the Vikings as De Los Santos gives Niles North another chance. There's Edie coming down. And North will hit double digits here as Kristen Tang approaches the serve.
Although we have missed a few serves, I can't help but notice these low and slow strategies seem to help when we can control them.
Definitely, Jacob. Here's Tang attempting it. And right there, great serve. Outside attack, goes out of bounds. Okay. Hey, well, I guess you can't say he's biased. They are going to replay the point after that. Well, Jacob says he doesn't think so. And I guess we're going to say ball doesn't lie here. Wolves with 16. The West Lib, number 21, will be up to serve. It's a good one picked up by Edie. And she'll free ball over. Now the response from the Wolves on the right side. Here it comes. Picked up by Thomas. Bump set high. And unfortunately, Jaya thinks it's too tight, has to free ball. Tang doing a great job picking up out of system. And that's one of the strengths of this Viking team. Everyone on the court is ready for that second ball. Savannah Thomas, though, not ready for the first. Wolves with 18. So I guess they didn't replay the point, Jacob. We're seeing the corrections on the scoreboard now.
I mean, even if we didn't replay the point, it's very apparent that the pressure is catching up with the Vikings.
Certainly down 8. And the Wolves bailed out by the baggy net. Vikings will call their second and final timeout of the second set. Down 9. What do you say to your players?
You just have to stay in that game. Match point hasn't blown yet. You just got to stay for each point until it reaches 25.
Definitely. Now, mechanically, what are you thinking? What physically has to change about the Vikings team and how they're playing?
It's not physically. It's more mental. It's just you need to reset.
Well, that's definitely a good way to look at it, Jacob. Wolves coming straight back out. Vikings still in there.
I believe every player on the Vikings team right now is strong. They just have to, harness that strength.
Definitely. They're all capable. Might just be getting caught in the moment. And they're still in the timeout, using every second of the call.
I mean, who could blame them, though? It's the crosstown rivalry with almost everyone packing the main gym right now.
Yeah, definitely. Against a strong Niles West team. The Lib continuing to serve for Niles West. Picked up by Edie and Schlonda. The free ball is done by Thomas. Good spot, but the Wolves get it over, as does Edie on the net. Here's the outside attack from the Wolves, hitting that wall. 10-point deficit now by the Vikings.
I feel like this deficit, this point difference is starting to catch up with them. They're starting to scrap a lot more for these points. They need to find that control in order to win.
Yeah, definitely. It is a lot about control here for the Vikings. That's a great serve. Jaya again with an awkward take with the hands, but she redeems herself with a great hit on the outside. Another outside attack from the Wolves. Goes out of bounds. The Vikings with a chance to make some points up as number 7, David Chiva, approaches the sub. Coming out will be number 3, Sophie Putz.
Despite being a Viking, I can't help but compliment the West Libero on her serves and on her defense. It's very controlled and it's very deadly.
Yeah, very consistent by that Wolves Libero all around. Savachia kind of leaning into it like Edie. And out of bounds. Call is confirmed. The Vikings getting bailed out by the over-rotation. That was scary by the Wolves, though, Jacob.
Yes, that is a very horrifying shot, but the control and just the overall timing is all you need to play against that.
Yeah, not as scary as these Vachiva serves, though. Very low, just barely grazing over the tape, and been a challenge for the Wolves to respond as they've been. Jaya Turner, great shot. 13 points for the Vikings, coming off the hand of a Wolves receiver. And Vachiva will serve again, bringing the adrenaline up for this Vikings team, energizing them.
Jai Turner is managing to put like any attack, adjusting off any set.
Yeah, Jai Turner also an integral part of this team. And number 8 from the Wolves, kicking herself, trying to come up. Will yield a Wolves timeout, their first of the set. And we saw what could have been a pretty easy sweep by the Wolves turn into a battle as the Vikings try to adjust. And Jacob, you have a shout out. It's a special day for your family, right?
Yes. Mom, if you're watching this stream, happy birthday, I love you.
Yeah, let's see if her gift will be a Viking win here tonight. They're going to be talking pretty heavily in the huddle here. Jacob, what do you think?
The pressure's on now. The Viking spark is clearly back.
Yeah, certainly. They're down 6, but they've been on a 4-point run here, trying to make it 5 with the help of David Chiba's incredible serves.
Like I said, these points add up. It's just a matter of who does it.
Yeah, certainly. Right now it's the Vikings as number 7, David Chiba, comes back to serve. Doesn't get iced by the timeout, and very low on the net. Attack from the outside goes inbounds. The Wolves looking to regain control, finish out the set.
Amazing serving streak by Dea overall, though.
Yeah, definitely helping out her team, bring the energy back up. The number 6 from the Wolves will be up to serve. Big one by Turner, losing that control. The Wolves now with 22.
The Wolves serving is definitely taking the Vikings out of their control.
Yeah, definitely making it a bit more precarious. Down 8. Big air on that one, and Dea sends it straight to the center. That's what we need from the Vikings. Here's Savannah Thomas with the attempt, comes off the tape and onto the ground. Vikings now with 15. Number 9, Maya Shlanda, after her contribution on that last play, will get to serve. Shlanda put in the student and student athlete. She had a reading quiz in AP Psych this past week. I hear she did pretty darn well. So again, shout out to our student athletes. And the Viking play results in a point. Shlanda will go back to the line to serve.
A great coach once told me one of the best weapons in the game is your serve.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing it here tonight from the Vikings, putting them on big runs. And unfortunately, that serve goes out of bounds. Which coach told you that, Jacob?
Coach Sang-on of the Niles North B team and Coach Gordon Redzich of the Maine South Hawks.
Yeah, some great coaches there. Coach On also coaching our freshman A girls here at Niles North. There's Turner, sets it over, and the easy double call there by the up rep. Now set and match point in favor of the Wolves. Let's see if the Vikings can put any pressure on to extend this game. Big power, straight down, and that'll do it, folks. The Niles North Vikings will lose it 2-0. That first set, a battle between the two. The Wolves did take it 26-24, and the Wolves, of course, taking this last one 25-16. Unfortunate, but Jacob, what are your thoughts coming out of tonight?
I believe both teams played hard, but on the Viking side, I believe the pressure just caught up with them in the second set.
Yeah, and just rough start all around by the Vikings. And, you know, it would have been a lot closer had they not gotten that 6-point, just unfortunate streak at the beginning of the second. Could have been more competitive. But, hey, it is what it is. Vikings now down in conference play. Viking Media will have its next stream this Friday at 7 p.m. covering the Crosstown Classic or Skokie Skirmish between Niles North and Niles West on the football gridiron. So make sure you stay subscribed and have a good night. Jacob, any closing thoughts?
Good night, everybody, and once again, happy birthday, Ma.
There you have it. Good night, folks.